I'd say route setting is a form of art in the sense that, you start with a concept, you use very specific tools through a process to then produce a product that you then put out into the world outside of the creator. That's different than saying, oh, here's a wall, I just slap some holds on it, go climb it. That lacks artistry. So route setting is the act of taking holds and putting them on the wall to create a specific route. A route is just a way to get up a wall. So you have a selection of holds that you're able to use, and you use your brain and your muscles to get your body up it. So in route setting, we start first by taking the old holds down. You come up with an idea, and ultimately you have a concept of what type of movement or challenging technique you want to see on the wall. Then you'll go select your holds. We have a huge selection of holds to choose from. And then we put the holds on the wall using drills and bolts and all that fun stuff. And in that process, we're trying to create movement. We're trying to force technique. We're trying to challenge people, not just physically, but mentally as well. Then we'll get together as a crew and then collaboratively use a critical dialogue to discuss what's happening with the climbs. We'll actually try them ourselves. We have to physically climb them to feel the body positions, see what's going on, if it is correct. So the routes go up independently, but then they ultimately are created as a collaborative product. Climbing is great in the sense that there is room for your own personal style. So everybody brings their own style and their own biases to the table, and that's why having what we call athletic empathy is really important. I, as a 5'9" climber who's been doing this for 20 years, have to envision what it would be like for the 5'2" person who has never tried this before. How would they feel in these body positions? Like, how would they feel doing these movements? So we try to bring that into it and replicate how they might climb. But we do also bring in our own style and say, hey, what if I was a super expert 7-foot person who could just reach past all this? How would that work? And that's why a diversity in the crew is so important. I think it's one of our huge strengths is having such a diverse setting crew and allowing for those different ideas and different approaches towards the climb itself, and then amalgamating, okay, well, where's the baseline and what does this need to achieve? In terms of what a successful gym climb is it should be fun primarily. It should challenge people mentally and physically, and it should be accessible. The climb that somebody goes back to over and over and over again, that's what you want. As you go to approach a climb for the first time, you'll walk up, generally use chalk to dry your hands. You'll notice there's a V tape at the bottom. That's where we start. That indicates the start of the climb. You'll put both hands, that's called a match, on that hold, hop your feet on the wall, and then start to do the moves of the climb. And it usually ends at the top where we have indicated a V as well, but that's the general approach. So anytime you see climbers looking at a wall doing this invisible Tai Chi stuff, we're actually visualizing the route, and a specific sequence and how to do that is a term we use called beta. I'm visualizing the beta to get through this section correctly. If you get twisted up, you're not gonna make it through it, you're probably gonna fall. So you need to think ahead and be like, oh, if I have my left hand here, that'll enable me to get my right hand here, and then I can move my foot here. And it actually helps to ingrain it mentally. I really love the process of watching climbers approach the climb. This is the mark of a really bad route setter, is you go up and tell people how to do it. Like, sitting back as an expert and observing what they do with zero guidance is a really wonderful exercise of, were you successful even? And just people come up with some really creative solutions that we didn't even see coming, which can be problematic sometimes, but it's also really cool to see people's ingenuity and them being challenged and being creative. I think a lot of people don't even think that they can be creative, and then they'll just figure it out, or idea pops in their head and they don't even think about it in the sense of creativity. It's just, oh, I got through it. I did what worked. I hope that people who climb my route don't necessarily see an individual route setter. They get the sense of the collaborative effort between the whole crew, and they ultimately walk away with just a sense of joy and want to do it again and want to challenge themselves again, and it brings something more than just an athletic experience to their day.